notes video. This is for Tofino Trails, BC by Alsako. I hope I'm saying that right. 22. I like the 22 at the end. Since it seems like you're fairly new, let me introduce myself. My name is Catcherman22, also go by Dan in the forums. I am the current CC scheduler, so I schedule the CC Pro and the CC Am for TGC Tours, which gives me the credibility to judge this contest, as this contest was a way for me to get courses to schedule with originally. And it's blown up so much more since we first started this contest like 4 years ago. Purpose for this video is to give you a little bit of a feedback. Rather than giving you feedback in written form, we've got a video for you so that you can hear my thoughts as I'm playing. A couple of things to note for me is I am not a designer. I have not designed any courses, so I'm not going to give you any tips on like bunker sculpting or anything like that. That will hopefully be from your other judge, who I don't know who that is, to be completely honest with you. My main responsibility here is to look at how this plays from a player's perspective and how this would play on a CC tour, since that's the objective, is to play on the CC tour. So just a couple of things to keep in mind from the rubric. The most important thing that I'm looking for is its playability and its shot values. So did you give me an opportunity to play different shots, or did you force me to hit certain shots all the time? Did the design of the greens play well? Placement and appearance of hazards, things like that. I'm also looking at your technical execution, again from a playing perspective. So does it look clean? Does it look natural? Are the textures nice? Are things nicely done? Are they sloppy? Things like that. I'm not going to look at like, oh, this bunker's not sculpted very well. That's not going to be. You're not going to hear that from me. I might say it would look better if it was sculpted better, but you kind of get the drift there. I'm also looking at your aesthetics and your environment. So how do you present the course? Looking at this screenshot you took for the splash page, it looks great. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so does your vision last throughout the course? Is there stuff for the sake of stuff? Blah, 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 blah. I'm looking at your variety of holes. I'm going to talk more about that as we get into the scorecard here in a minute. But I like to see short par 3s, long par 3s, short par 5s, long par 5s, short par 4s, long par 4s, etc., etc., etc. Right? And then just, how does it play on tour, right? Do I want to play it again? Do I want people to play it? Do you give me the option to choose from different conditions? That always helps. Things like that. Okay, and then I'm not going to give the score on the stream. I'm going to put it in our judges' notes, and then that'll go from there. Right, as we do with every CC judge, or at least I'm doing with every CC course, everything is default. Okay, so the wind is what it is. Every other video I've done so far has had like low wind, so this will be interesting to see if it doesn't. I'm going to play it from the black tees. I will say, just so you know in the future, that 72-30 is about the max for a CC course. It's all going to depend on how it plays. If it plays a lot shorter than that, it's not a big deal, but with pro clubs in mind, especially with beginner clubs in mind for the Am Tour, 72-30 is kind of stretching it. But I'm not saying that that's bad. Okay. Just keep in mind that that's about the max. Usually I try and keep it about 7,000 yards. And so I'm playing this with master clubs in mind. I am a PGA player, right around 100th in the league, or in the world, so to speak. So I may or may not have an easier time with this course. That shouldn't matter. Look at the wind. That shouldn't matter to you. I'm judging it from a CC's perspective, and I'm also keeping players' clubs in mind, even though I'm using master clubs. Okay. So 17 mile per hour wind is interesting. First thing I note is the placement of this bunker. So I'm big on first impressions, right? This is a very nice looking opening tee shot. It makes me want to keep playing the course. Usually when I'm looking at courses for CC, I can usually tell within the first 2 holes whether it's going to be something I can use just by how the looks are. So it's nice to always have a good looking course right off the bat. I will say with your planting, and I'm sure this will get mentioned somewhere, as you've got a lot of open space here and here. Right. especially down the right side here. I mean, look, that whole right side is bare. Whereas you put a cluster of bushes in there, and you've got some bushes spread out throughout. So it's not too bad. Just things to notice, right? As I'm looking at this, it looks kind of bare. Alright, so I can hit driver over this because of the wind. That might be iffy for pro clubs. It's probably okay with pro clubs. Right, nice green here. It's got some subtle slope to it to the left. It's got a little bit of slope to it to the right. It's nothing too crazy, so that's good. I think it's soft, which probably means I should have gone up a club, but that's alright. Yeah, that's alright. I should have gone up a club, but that's okay. You said on your course thread that this is the easiest pin. Just for playthrough purposes, I'm doing everything on pin 1. I will go back and play this again before I score it with other pins. And I'll also create different conditions that I think might be appropriate, like I would play it on a tour. You're just not going to get to see that on a stream, unfortunately, on a video. The 2 par 3s on the front. Alright, so I'm looking at the scorecard. So after I play the first hole, I always look at the scorecard to see what's coming up. So first thing I always go to are the 3s and the 5s. So I'll start with the 5 since that's number 2. 600 yards, 584 yards. I don't like to see that unless they play a lot really short, okay, because they're not even close to reachable. The one on the back is good. 524 is good. 547 is also going to be good, probably, depending on the wind. So I'm not as upset with the first 2 on the front, because there's 2 scoreable ones on the back, if that makes sense. Like, there should be at least one that's drivable, or not drivable, reachable. In my opinion. That's not everybody's opinion, but that's in my opinion. And it's kind of the same thing with the par 3s, right? Look at that, you got a 204 and a 214, those are both long. You've got a 184, which is about medium, and you've got a 166, which is borderline short. It's going to depend on how that plays. I'd like to see an even shorter one. Even if you move that 166 down to 149, maybe. Personally, it's my opinion. Again, it's all going to depend on how it plays. That's good though. You've got some short par 4s, you've got some long par 4s. I see a 323 and a 3030. So we've got a 504 par 4, which is long, depending on how it plays. So the overall, the variety of holes is not bad. Right, so let's check out the 600 yard par 5. So it's 556 as the crow flies. Why would I ever hit it to the side of the fairway? That's one question you have to ask myself. Like, why would I hit it here? Does that mean I can get there from there? If I hit it here, does it mean I can get there? If I can't get there from right there, then why am I hitting there? Right, that's kind of the question you'd have to ask yourself. And I don't even think I can hit. I can't hit 3 wood, it'll go through the fairway, which means I'd have to hit 2 iron. Which means I really don't think I'd get it there. So I'm going to hit driver up the side here. It's going to miss in the rough because I hooked it. Yeah, so I could get there from here if I hit a good drive. So I don't know why you would have that left side of the fairway. Alright, you got a nice little funnel into this pin. I like that. And it looks like you've got some spot for some other pins, so that's always good. Oh, I missed it to the right. Oh, to the left. If I had gotten that a little hair farther, it would have got there. Alright, so that's not a bad, it's not a bad par 5. Definitely gettable, more gettable downwind than it is into the wind. But it looks nice, it plays nice. My first par 3 is going to be this 17 mile an hour headwind. Alright, I like this green setup again. You've got this area in the front over here. That's going to be a tough pin, depending on where you put it. I'm sure you've got a pin over there. This is a pretty gettable pin. Oops, I fasted it. Oh, I'm going to get away with it though. God, that's a stiff headwind. You got a bit unlucky with the wind here. Oh. Alright, so far so good. I like what I see through 3. Alright, 392. Alright, one of the things you risk with a links course like this is having multiple fairways that you can hit to. So like I wouldn't necessarily hit driver here, I would probably hit driver over here, which is what I'm going to do. And we'll see what the angle does to me. Yeah, and see the angle's not bad over here. And so in a tournament I would hit it over here all the time. I'm not even sure this is enough club. Oh, I fasted it. Oh, it's not even enough club anyway. God, this wind's brutal. Alright, we're coming up to 6, which you said is the standout hole. Alright, this is a nice hole here. You do kind of pinch in your landing areas. Again, you've got a lot of open space right here. Yeah, I'll throw some bushes in somewhere or something for me to look at. The question I have now is if I hit the side of this hill, will it kick it into the fairway or will it kick it through the fairway? I don't think it's going to matter on this tee shot because it's into the wind. So I'm not going to make it there anyway. This hole is all dependent on the direction of the wind. So I'd have to be careful when playing this. That I choose the wind that makes this play the hardest. That could be a long hole with a pin in the back. 144 greens, which means you went moderate. Just so you know, for future reference, courses for tours, we usually like to see either 170-ish or 150-ish, because then we have the option of changing the greens to fast, default, or medium, moderate, or whatever. Right, this is a nice looking tee shot right here. This is a really nice looking par 3. Had bunker frames well. This hole is set up nicely. It's got a nice green to it. I'm imagining your hard pin's probably down here in the bottom left, which could be iffy depending on where you put it. That front right pin is no bargain either, though, it looks like. Oh, another fast. Oh, I got the fast today. Gonna airmail it. Alright. Nope. Alright, I like the way that looked. That looked well, it played well. Alright, here's the 504 hole. See, now this is the split fairway that makes sense. Because I could easily see myself going over here. The angle's probably going to be a little shorter. This is a little longer. Oh, God. So that split fairway makes sense. Alright, another tough green here. You've got that pin there. You probably got a pin here. You've got a pin up on that shelf behind it, and then all the way in the back there, I'm assuming. Another faster than iron. Wow. Not giving myself many scoring chances here today. But it's not that hard of a putt. I got it there. Oh, broke off right at the end. Alright, first of the short par fours. See, now here's where you run into a bit of a problem. Why would I ever hit driver here? Right, those houses, okay. So why would I ever hit driver here? I don't even know that I can hit 3-wood. I mean, I can today, I can hit 3-wood, or 2-wood in my case. But I would have liked to have maybe seen you cut a little bit of that water out and make this all fairway all the way up around. It doesn't matter anyway because it's probably not reachable. But when we talked about, you know, you forced me to hit shots, like I have to hit it, do it here. I don't have any choice. I could hit an iron and lay it farther back. All right. It's probably too high. Yep. All right, we move on to the front nine here, the final hole in the front nine. The other long par 5. It defaults me with a 2-iron off the tee. So that's something that should be looked at. It means your waypoint's probably set off somehow. Not a huge ice deal breaker there, but still to note. All right. Just short. Right, that's a pretty straightforward par 5. Alright, just looking 10th hole here. It's a nice look here with that lighthouse on the right there. And the hole behind it's nice too. It's always good when you have me looking forward to playing holes that come after this one. Alright, hole 11, the splitter. Okay, this rock works nice. Ooh, is that risk worth the risk going that way? Oh, I like this. I like there's a risk of going for this fairway. The question is it worth it? Let's see what putting it down here does. So you've got two legit slow. You've got two legit options off the tee there. I like that. Now what is it going to the safe side get me? Gives me a long shot in. Pretty straightforward pin. Curious to see where the other pins are, where your quote difficult pin is. Right, that was a nice hole. Alright, so far this plays really well. Pleasantly surprised. This plays really well, it looks really nice. It seems fairly clean from the technical standpoint. I would want to see this side of the green here, because there's a little bit of a hump right there, right where the bottom of the circle is. That looks kind of weird. So I would need to see that. God, another fast, man. Whoa. Killing me. Fast is killing me. Alright, on to 13. 454 into the wind. Another 2-iron off the tee. Yeah, that one's your waypoint's off on that, because that's what causes that swing. I do like that cambers back into the fairway. Oh boy, I'm between clubs here. Play for the fast and I don't get it. That figures. Alright, 524 par 5. It's going to play into the wind. So I like how we've gone away from the ocean holes and we're now working our way back inland. Very spyglassy here. Oh god, fast again. Sit down. Alright, that's right. Alright. So far I like what I see. The Pro Clubs, it's probably a little long with this wind set for the Pro Clubs. So I would probably make sure I picked a wind where the wind was down there, or I'd move up a T, depending on what set I was going to use it for. I do like this short par 4. This is kind of what I was talking about before, right? I mean, I could hit driver and go for it. You're giving me layup spots all over the place here. I mean, I can lay way over here if I wanted to with a 2-iron. You know, I can lay there. I can lay it farther back. Still have plenty of room. I'm naturally going to hit driver because that's what I always do usually, unless it's a tournament. That was an intentional fast, that one. Trying to make sure I got it there. That's kind of what I was talking about on that other short par 4, right? Like, if I want to hit driver, I can. You know, you probably don't want me to hit driver there. But a 3-wood works well, a 2-iron works well, whatever club I want to hit there, I can hit. Give me plenty of options. Now you've got a nice, probably the slopiest green it looks like so far. I do like that short par 4, that was good. Alright, last par 3, this is the short one. It's playing dead downwind. Let's have a look up here at your houses. A lot of houses. Nice little neighborhood you got up here. I'm sure somebody will comment on the neighborhood. Well, things like, you know, does it have an exit street? Things that I don't really care about, I just care that it looks nice. It doesn't look repetitive, which is good. It's a nice little neighborhood. Hey, I made a putt. Alright, last par 4 coming up. 451. Ooh, fairway ends there, so I have to hit 3-wood. Again, another nice looking tee shot with that way that water sits in front of the tee. I might have been able to hit driver there actually. This leaves a long approach shot. You gave me a lot of room on the pin, which is good. Fast again. Wow. All right. One par 5 to go. You say it's a tricky one with some accuracy and distance. You can find yourself going for eagle after finding the water. Risky but worth it. Oh wow, it was a 2-wood. Well, that really narrows. Oh, interesting. So I've got a really favorable wind for this hole. Of course, I didn't make it into the fairway. I hit it in the rough. So now I got to figure out where to lay up here. Alright, so I do like this hole. And that's another pretty background there with that lighthouse in the back. Clubhouse is nicely done. You've got a nice walkway there. It looks good. Right. This is a nice course, man. You know, welcome to the forums. I don't know if you've released anything else. I'll have to go look. I see you only had 4 posts in the forum. So welcome to the forums. If you're new to the game, welcome to the game. This is really nice. I'm really impressed. I think it's a great effort. Curious to see how it scores with everybody else. I could easily see using this on one of the CC tours. So we'll have to wait and see how it does. Wish you the best of luck in the contest. And if you have any questions or you want to discuss anything from a playability standpoint, feel free to contact me on the forums. It's Catcherman22. I'm around some of the various Twitch streams as well. I don't know how active you are on Twitch or how you found out about us, but like I said, if you have any questions or comments and you want to talk about this more, you can always send me a private message on the forums. Otherwise, I wish you the best of luck in the contest.